Welcome back to my channel, Diet Coke and Diamonds. Today I am going to attempt a WIP and chat. WIP stands for work in progress, and we're just gonna chat about my week. I've got some coffee. In general, people usually do these weekly. I don't think that my life is that interesting, so I don't know if I'll do them weekly. But this week I actually do have stuff to talk about. So let's go over what I'm going to be working on today. So my WIP is, I'm not really able to work on it right now, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So I said, let me pull out some minis. This is the home edition paint gems. There are 12 designs in here, and I have not yet started on this one. Messy Girl Crafts, the principal painter, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, and Michaela Renee are doing an event that starts in March. It's the like mini event, mini March Madness mini event, something like that. And you only have to complete 6. So this has 12. I will save 6 if somehow I get through 6 before March. And so I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and start on this because it's small. I can pull it out and definitely try to work on one. I don't know if I'll finish it today or not, but since we haven't gone over this together, let's go over this. So I love paint gems. They have this little sleeve that tells you what edition it is. This is the home edition. The only other edition I have is a mystery. And I didn't want to work on a mystery in a WIP and chat. The back tells you the designs and shows you the images. On the mystery, it just says like mystery, but it tells you how many designs. You open it up. It's very travel friendly. It comes with this toolkit. I don't use this, so I'll show you what's in it, but I'm literally not going to use anything in here. So it's got this little tray, this little fat chunky multi-placer. It's like a 3, maybe 2 or 3. It has some pink wax, these little plastic tweezers that I feel like do nothing. I can't stand them. This like basic pen, another big fat chunky multi-placer that's probably like a 7, some heart wax, and is that everything? Yeah, I thought they had a squishy. Here's a squishy. I don't use anything in here. I don't like the pink wax. For me, I will leave it in here just in case I forget my wax as a last resort. But personally, I don't use the toolkit. It's doable if this is all you have. But I have a lot of upgrades, and so I don't need the toolkit. I put my tools in this box and keep them in here because I do use these to travel with. This is your diamonds. They are in individual baggies. Paint gem sets are the only sets I do not kit up. So I will leave these in these baggies and I will work out of the baggies, which you will see as we go through this. So they're just in these baggies. I don't keep them in rainbow order, but they're generally in rainbow order when you get them. It's very nice. On the baggie, it tells you the DMC code, all that good stuff. So like the number, how many grams or ounces or something, I think grams, that it is. So that's all on the baggie. And then this is your like legend. So this tells you the code that's going to be on the canvas, the DMC color code, and these are stickers. So if you wanted to put these on the baggies, which I might do that as we go through, or if you wanted to use this as like a legend, or if you wanted to kit this up and put it into like separate containers and put these on the containers, you could do that as well. It's got the home edition mini 61 on the bottom. That means this is the 61st set that they've released. Really? That's amazing that they've released that many. I love paint gem. Anyway, so these are your sticker labels. So this is our colors in this kit. And then these are our little canvases. So I'm gonna set the box over here. They come in this nice little sleeve. And I'm gonna move this out of the way because it's just so chunky. But these are our little canvases, and I just thought these were so cute. Like that one, that is so pretty and happy. These are bigger than previous ones, so I don't know if we'll actually get through one of these today. Paint gem sets are all currently in squares. Oh, look at the treehouse. Oh, that's cute. You know what? We might work on that one today. I'm gonna put that to the side. That one might be today. Yeah, these are all just really vibrant and cute. Oh, I like that little hut. So yeah, I just love paint gem and the little igloo. So yeah, these are our images that we have today. So I think we're gonna do the treehouse. I'm gonna put those back in the little sleeve. And then for my tools, what I'm gonna use, because I'm not gonna use the toolkit that it came with, I'm gonna use this pen. I honestly do not know where it came from. I got it from a destash from Katie at Diamonds and Washi. I will ask her if she remembers where she got it. I've asked her before and she told me and I just don't remember. The multi-placer is from Diamond Art Club. It is a 6, I believe. And then it's just got like a regular tip in there. And then this is super sticky Paddywaxx. I have literally, like, look at this. I have had this. There's like you can see how much I've used of this. I've had this since I started diamond painting. I got this really quickly after I realized I am a very hard placer and the pink wax was just not gonna work for me. But this lasts forever. I have 2 of these. This will stay in this box and the other one is just going with my like current WIPs. And then I will use this little Bella Art de Nicole tray. Again, this will stay in the box. It has a lid somewhere and a stopper. I don't use them, so I don't need it. And then I'm gonna use Randa's Crafty Corner Putty in the scent Jelly Bean. So I haven't used this pen in a while, so this putty is probably super gross. So I actually don't have my tweezers. Let me go grab some tweezers and clean this putty, and then we will get started. Okay. So I know people say like you're not supposed to use metal on metal, but like for what? I don't know why they say that. And also I do it all the time and I don't have an issue. So if this like makes you cringe, I'm sorry. Oh, this little trash binder. I got this from Amazing Crafts. I don't know if she's still doing making these, but I freaking love it. It's a cover binder. It's got magnets on the bottom. And it's got just trash from all my projects in it. I use it and then I'll just dump it whenever I feel like it. So yeah, I put my putty in there. I just put washi. I put old washi in there. I put everything in there. But yeah, so how is your day going? So since we had our, so my last WIP and chat, my only WIP and chat was with Olive, and you guys were very sweet in the comments. Thank you so much. She thought she was a YouTube star. She asked me yesterday, I believe it was, when were we filming our next video? And I had to tell her like, excuse me, honey, that's not going to be a thing that we do together every week because, no ma'am. But she really had a blast doing that. I told her that, you know, a lot of you said she sounded professional, and I got a lot of like DMs about her questions for the comments. You can definitely tell that girl watches YouTube. So yeah, she's funny. She was embarrassed about her cinnamon roll. Her comment below if you like cinnamon rolls, but she had cinnamon rolls on her shirt. And so that's why she that's why she said that. And I was like, Olive, it's fine. I cut so much of that video that I was just sick of editing it. Like she, you know, she's a little kid. She doesn't know what's okay to say and what's not. And so, yeah, it took a really long time to edit that video. And so I wasn't gonna edit that out too. But yeah, she might come back on. Maybe next time I have like a set of tag questions, maybe if there's like a summer tag, I'll have her back on to do like a summer tag question. Let me clean this out because this is, God knows how old this is. Yuck. So yeah, so that was we filmed that on Monday. So it's been a week. So today is Monday, January 27th. I'm going to post this on Tuesday, the 28th. If you are watching it the day it goes up. So the day after Was it the day after? No, it was 2 days after we filmed that it snowed. And we don't get a lot of snow here. So when we do get snow, people don't know how to act, myself included. Lord, I like cleaned it out and then didn't reload. So I just scrape this and it will sometimes leave a residue a little bit, but it's not like that bad. So I just like scrape it and then like push on it. And I'll usually like push it into my nail to make sure it's all the way down. But yeah, okay. So she had her very first snow day. She had never had a snow day before. So she was very excited about that. So she had actually 2 snow days and a delay from school. I was so ready for her to go back to school because she was driving everybody nuts. Herself included. She was bored. Biscuit, it was his first snow. He is part Husky and was, you know, he's a North Carolina Husky. So he had never seen snow either. And so he enjoyed it. I will pop up a picture of him galloping in the snow. He loved it. He was very upset when all the sun came in and melted it away. He does not like the cold, but he did like the snow. So I feel like that's the case with a lot of dogs. That was the case with our last dog as well. So yeah, so they had a good time. I did not go play in the snow. No interest for me. It's just I just don't, I don't know. I'm like, so I feel like this stereotypical, like I'm getting older thing, because like I get so cold now and I can't warm up, and it's like, what is wrong with me? I don't know. We went skiing a few years ago and it was literally 8 degrees outside. So like that's very, very cold. But I was cold for like 4 hours. Like I was so cold. And I, a few years before that, we had gotten snow, and we got a significant amount of snow actually. And I played in the snow and I came inside and I got in the shower and I was freezing, and I immediately turned on like a super, super hot shower and I passed out because the water was too hot and my body went into shock. So yeah, I'm not allowed to take a shower right away. Like it was a scary moment for my husband because I passed out 3 times. I can laugh about it now, but he was like, you know, the ground was covered. Like, how was he even going to call an ambulance? It was just, I don't know. We weren't even married then. Like, thank God for him. But, you know, yeah, it just takes me a really long time to warm up once I get, like, that cold. And I'm always cold. So, yeah, no thanks. I don't want to play in the snow. But I was very happy that Olive and Biscuit were able to get their snow days in. Now, I don't want it to snow again. Like, we're good. Can we get some spring temps now? Like this, that one had a little bit of static in it. Yeah, so that was our snow days. So like the highlight of the week, was we got our puppy. So a little bit of backstory. We had a dog named Bandit. He was a black lab. He had a lot of anxiety. He was not socialized as a puppy, and he was just really afraid of other dogs. We couldn't take him to daycare. We really couldn't go on trips together because we really couldn't board him. It was a whole thing. So when Bandit crossed the Rainbow Bridge, I said, you know, when we get our next dog, I want to get 2. I don't want to have the same problems that we had with him. I want him to go to daycare. I want him to be able to be boarded so that we can travel together as a family. all that stuff. Also, we always knew we wanted another black lab. We just love a black lab, and black dogs do not get adopted. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but it's like a thing, like the black dog. There is a black dog, like, bias where people don't want black dogs. It's really unfortunate and it's sad, but I don't understand it. But they don't. So we really wanted a black dog. So we really wanted another lab because Bandit, despite all of his issues, Bandit was a really good dog. Like when we brought Olive home from the hospital, we were worried, like, how is that gonna go? He was so good with her. Like he never got snippy with her or anything. Like he was always really good with her, and it was just like, you know what, labs for life. So yeah, so we were dead set. We wanted another black lab. So fast forward a few months after Bandit crossed the Rainbow Bridge, I followed a rescue on Facebook, and they posted the litter that Biscuit was in, and I fell head over heels for him. I was like, he is beautiful. I love him. I need that dog. And I already knew I wanted to name my next dog Mr. Biscuit. Like, that was just a name I wanted. And my sister saw him as well. We both follow this rescue. So my sister saw him as well, and she like messaged me and was like, oh my gosh, that's your Biscuit. And I was like, that is my Biscuit. Like, he's so freaking cute. But we knew that the mom was a husky and not a black lab or a lab of any sort. And so we were just like, I just kind of knew, like, well, you know, probably not. Plus it had only been a few months since Bandit had left. And so it was like, well, you know, probably not gonna happen. So I couldn't stop thinking about this dog. And if I can remember to and find the picture of him when he was a puppy, I will post up a picture of him when he was a puppy, because this dog, oh my God, Biscuit was the cutest freaking puppy. So I couldn't stop thinking about him, and my husband was like, I mean, he's not a lab, and I was like, I know, but I feel like I need this dog. Like, I just feel like he's for me. And I emailed the rescue and I said, like, what is your process with your adoptions? Like, can I get on a list for this dog? What do I need to do? And they were like, until we post him for adoption, there's nothing you can do. Like, you have to wait. Once he's posted, you can apply for him. But until that time, there's nothing you can do. He was one of 3. There were 3 in his litter. He was by far the cutest. 2 of them looked similar, but the other one looked completely different. He looked more like a German Shepherd. To me, he had like black, German Shepherd looking features. And so I was like, okay, whatever. There's so many people that are going to want this dang dog. Like, there's just no way I'm going to be the lucky one that gets this dog. So they posted them for adoption. My husband was still not like stoked about it. Like, he wasn't like telling me no. I wasn't really acting like I wasn't really asking him, can we get the dog? It was just like, he knew I wanted him, but it wasn't like I was like begging him, like, can we get the dog? So, they posted them for adoption, and they had said, like, once you put in your application, it can take 3 days, and you have to be ready to go get them within the 3 days, or else it'll go to the next person. Well, they posted them for adoption, and I was going out of town. And so I was like, okay, well, you know what? It's just not meant to be. Like, we're going to be out of town. We're not going to be back within 3 days. Like, so even if we were the lucky ones that got chosen, we're not going to be here to get them. So we went out of town for the weekend. We came home, and we were sitting on the couch, and my husband said, did your husky get adopted? And I looked, and he was still listed. And I said, oh my God, he didn't. He's still available. And he was like, well, you know, I've been researching and Huskies are really good runners. And my husband is a very avid runner. And I was like, okay, so what are you saying? And he was like, do you want to apply for him? And I was like, yes, I want to apply for him. Are you freaking kidding me? And he was like, okay, do it. And I lost it. I was so excited. And he was like, babe, if you were this, like, why didn't you tell me you wanted this dog this badly? Like, I would have told you to apply for him from the jump. And I was like, I don't know, because I knew we really wanted a black lab, whatever. Anyway, the application for Biscuit was more intense than the job application I had to fill out. Like, it is crazy what I had to say. So after I filled out the app, I was like, there's just no way they're going to give me this dog. Like, the questions were nuts. And it had been like a week and a half maybe, or a week. And so I knew like someone else has got to be in the process of getting this dog. Like, he's beautiful. I know he's going to be one of the first ones. Like, I couldn't believe he wasn't the first one to go. And so I was just like, you know, whatever, it's done. It is what it is. Let the fates decide, kind of thing. And then my best friend called me and said, I just got a call for a reference for you. You're going to get that dog. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, you need to start getting stuff for it. And so I took the next day off of work and I went and got a crate, because we did not crate, Bandit was not crated. So I went and got a crate, and I got, started getting all the stuff that we did not already have from Bandit. And they called me. I think they called me the same day that she told me that. And we set up the meeting with the foster family. And we went and we got my baby. So that's the story of how we got Biscuit. So we still wanted a black lab. Like, we had always said, like, okay, now we've got the Husky. He's crazy. He's no lab, but he's our sweet baby angel. But we still wanted a black lab, like specifically a black lab. Just because of well, for one, I think black labs are cuter, but also because black dogs don't get adopted. So we, I had been, I still followed the rescue, obviously, and they got I was actually talking to, they got a black lab in that was very pregnant in December, at the beginning of December, or in November, end of November. And I was talking to the lady at the vet, and I was like, I kind of want to get one of the puppies. And she was like, you should, because your Christmas tree will be up. And so you won't have to deal with a puppy and a Christmas tree. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. And I remember when Biscuit was a puppy and could hide behind the Christmas tree, that was a nightmare. So I was like, absolutely, you're right. And so I was like, I told my husband, like, do you want to try to get one of these puppies? And he was like, yes, I do. So she had the puppies on December 1st. And so I emailed them and I said, hey, we really want a puppy. What is the process, since I've adopted from you in the past? Do I need to do another application? And they said, no, we just need proof that you've been keeping Biscuit up to date on vaccinations. And which one do you want? And I said, we really want a black boy. It doesn't matter. We just really want one of the ones, we want a boy, and we want a black one. Because there were 3 in the litter. There was definitely different dads. But there were 3 in the litter that were light colored. One of them looks like Biscuit, actually, which was kind of funny to me. But there were 2 boys that were black. The rest of the black dogs in that litter were female. And then the 3 that were different colored were boys, but we wanted the black ones. So we got the approval last week. Well, we got the approval at that point. They were like, okay, you're perfect. You're on the list. do you care which one you get? One of the black boys is the biggest boy in the litter. And I said, you know, no, Biscuit is almost 80 pounds. It does not matter. We're used to a big dog. And they said, okay, well, you know, we'll let you know when it's time to come get him. And I was like, okay, perfect. So I took Friday off of work to get another crate because Biscuit still uses his crate. And he likes, you know, he gets in there when he doesn't have to be in there. So he likes his crate. And so we did not want to take his crate and try to give it to the puppy. And so I went and got another crate, got all the new things for the new pup, got a little treat for a little Bisky boy. And then we went Saturday and got the new puppy. The place where we went to get him was at the rescue owner's like house, which is where Biscuit was born. And I swear Biscuit remembered them. Like the owner was there and her husband was there, and there was some other woman there. And she works closely with the rescue, but he remembered them. Like, it was very sweet. But I just really love what they're doing. They had a pit bull mix. She was tiny. I don't know what her breed is, because she was so small. But she had a broken leg and they were rehabbing her. And she was the sweetest thing in the world. Oh my God, she was so sweet. But we got to meet the puppy's mom, and it was a really nice place, and they're just really nice people. And so we'll definitely use them again, but not until many, 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 many years in the future, because 2 dogs is enough for me. But yeah, so our new puppy's name is Moose, and the first day, Biscuit was kind of afraid. Like, the puppy was literally 11 pounds, and Biscuit is, you know, almost 80. He's like 76, 77, and he was afraid of this puppy. I was like, Biscuit, come on, bro. Like, what in the world? But they are quickly becoming little friends, and it's very sweet. He has started like they've started playing together, and like Moose will like chomp down on Biscuit's face, and Biscuit doesn't even like react. He's just whatever. So they play, and they're like, you know, play fighting or whatever, like wrestling. I am like right there, and I generally am holding Biscuit's collar, or I have him on a leash so I can jack him back if I need to, if I need to get him off. But so far, it hasn't been a problem. Moose yelped out one time yesterday, and as soon as he did, Biscuit backed off. And then Biscuit yelped out one time yesterday, and as soon as he did, Moose backed off. So I think it's going to be good, especially with like the biting. Moose bit the crap out of my wrist earlier. I forgot how bad puppy bites are. Oh my God. So I think that having Biscuit will be good for that, because I remember when we got Biscuit, like I had messaged his litter mate's mom, asking her like, what are you guys doing about the biting? Because like husky biting, I feel like it's known to be kind of the worst, but they already had a dog. And so the dog had kind of helped with that. So I'm hoping that Biscuit will help with that. So far, like the eating has been fine, like keeping them separated for eating. We're just like trying to keep Moose out of Biscuit's crate so that can still be a safe place for Biscuit to be. They're sharing all their toys. Moose is sleeping through the night. They sleep, you know, their crates are right next to each other. Potty training is going well. He's still having like accidents in the house, which, you know, obviously that's expected. But yeah, it's going well. Olive is obsessed. She can pick him up as of now. That will probably change in about a week. So while she can, she's picking him up every chance she gets. So yeah, she's just lugging him around like a stuffy. And it's just a good time. So I'm happy. I said it would be either the worst decision I ever made or the best. And so far, I think it's the best. Both dogs are currently passed out, sleeping. So, woo, the static. Good Lord. I need to get some dryer sheets to pop in these bags. But yeah, I think it's going to be really good for Biscuit and for Moose. To have a playmate at home. So yeah. So yeah, that's really the majority of what we had going on this weekend. I'm off work today. Oh, that's also why I can't really work on my WIP because if you've ever had a puppy, you know, it's like having a baby. Like you constantly have to watch them. You can't really get into anything because as soon as you do, they're into something and you've got to like stop. So yesterday it was a combination of having to watch the two of them, but then also like if I tried to put Moose in the crate so he could nap, Olive would get upset, which I don't understand because like we created Biscuit from the beginning, so she should be used to that, but she just doesn't really love Biscuit the same way. Biscuit was bigger like from the beginning. So when we got Biscuit, he was about 18 pounds and Moose was 11. So I think that was the difference is she could never pick Biscuit up. I don't think for one, she was younger. And so she just wasn't as strong, but I think he was also bigger. So I think it's like a combination of she was never able to actually pick him up, but also she just, Biscuit gets on her nerves. And I'm just like, okay, well, if you think Moose isn't going to be in your stuff, you're highly confused because it's coming, honey. You're still going to have to pick your stuff up. So I don't know that it's just going to be what it's going to be. But yeah, it's going well. I'm very, very happy so far with how it's going. So, yeah. So I do have notes. So let me see, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, so I know some people talk about, like what they've been reading and such in these. And I used to be like a huge reader. But I've been in a reading rut for about 2 years. And here's what happened. So I listened to Matthew Perry's, what is it, an autobiography, a memoir? He was still alive when I listened to it. I listened to it in February of 2023. It's called Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. I listened to it on an audiobook, and he is like if you listen to it, it's him reading it. It was devastating. It was the saddest. I'm a huge Friends fan. Friends is my top favorite show. I've watched it like 10 times, and that's like the show I just will watch over and over again because I just love it. I love everything about it. Chandler was not my favorite character by any stretch. However, I just love that show. But when that book came out, I knew I wanted to listen to it because obviously it's Friends. And then I listened to it and it seriously broke my heart. I am very, like a goody-goody, I guess I could say. Like, I'm like a goody-goody about drugs. Like, ugh, I can't handle it. Like, if there's a show or, like, a movie or, like, a TV show or even a book and it's got a lot of drug use in it, it makes me feel physically nauseous. So, like, Will, for instance, was watching a documentary. I mean, this was, like, Olive wasn't even born yet. This was, like, a long time ago about Lance Armstrong. And they were talking about, like, you know, what went on with him. And I had to leave the room. Like, it was making me physically nauseous. Like, I can't handle it. It's stupid. It is what it is. I just, you know. Anyway, so, having said that, his book didn't bother me in that way, it just broke my heart, because to hear what he was going through, it's just, and like I knew, like everybody knows, right? Like everybody knows that Chandler had an addiction problem. Like you all know Matthew Perry had an addiction problem. But I didn't know the extent of it. And then, so that was in February 2023. And then you flash forward to when it was like June or July, right? Like it was the summer, and he died. And it was just like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I just, so I've only read a handful of books since I listened to that. I tried to get out of it with the A Court of Thorns and Roses. I listened to the first 4. The second book was amazing. I listened to almost the entire thing in one day. The third and the fourth one, I couldn't even tell you what happened, because they were just... I have not yet listened to the most recent one that came out. So, yeah. I'm trying to get back into reading. I like reading, and I like reading a physical copy of a book. I don't really enjoy a Kindle. I like feeling the book, if that makes sense. So I did just put a book on hold at the library. It's one that my mother-in-law suggested. And she said she thinks I'll really like it, which makes me think it's probably a murder mystery, but I don't really know. I don't like spoilers, so I do not read the cover, like the back synopsis thing. I don't read that because I don't want to know. I like to go in completely blind. Yeah. So if I get through it and enjoy it, I will talk about it. But the last time I tried to read a book, it was the ACOTAR series, but yeah, I never even started the last one, because it was just like the third and the fourth book in that series was such a disappointment. Ugh, she should have just stopped after 2. Man. I might try to read Harry Potter again. I did love Harry Potter, and Harry Potter could get me out of the reading rut, I bet. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, so in other news, I guess minor spoilers if you're like living under a rock. The stupid Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl. Ugh. I'm irritated by that. They shouldn't have even been in the playoffs, is my personal opinion, but whatever. If you like the Chiefs, go for it. If you like the Chiefs because you like the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are dating, then you don't really like the Chiefs. You like that Taylor Swift has found happiness. And I'm happy for Taylor Swift. I really am. Good for her. She's great. And Olive has proclaimed herself a Swiftie, even though all the Taylor Swift songs that I like, she doesn't like. But that doesn't mean that the Chiefs need to be in the Super Bowl again. I'm just so sick of the Chiefs. Okay, so next year we're going to try for a different team. I personally would have loved to see the Bills in the Super Bowl. I think Josh Allen is just a sweetheart. And the Bills are just, I don't know, better than the Chiefs. Everyone's better than the Chiefs. Oh, this tray is on my nerves. I think I need to like clean it with some alcohol, because I think there's just like static stuck in it. Anyway, well, I don't think I have anything else really to talk about. So I didn't get very far. I got like the outline done, some of the little tree. But yeah, these are bigger than the other paint gem sets that I have done. So I'll probably work on this little guy until the puppy wakes up, and then I'll go deal with him. Hopefully I'll get at least this one done today. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way to the end, you'll probably enjoy it here. So please give me a subscribe. And I am going to be posting my first month in review video on Saturday. I'm so excited. Those are my favorite videos. One of my favorite videos to watch. So, yeah, I try to post videos on Tuesdays and Saturdays for now. And so, yeah, if you could please give me a like and a subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. And I hope you enjoy your week, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.